Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? The disciples had experienced a lot of success in the hands of Jesus, even away from Jesus in the time past, almost finishing his earthly ministry. And he had entrusted his powers. He had trained the disciples on what to do in such a time as this. Jesus is tired, and as we all know, he is involved in the day-to-day activities of trying to help those that were in need while in the crowd. And at this given point, this man has come to Jesus. He is praying and pleading with the disciples as he has taken his son unto them and telling them that, would you help me because my son is troubled and vexed with the spirit? And so here we find that the disciples tried as much as they could. They tried to use the powers that had been given and entrusted to them before, but to no avail. It was a sad picture for them. They were disappointed. They tried to remove the spirit in the best way they knew how, but it was all in vain. So what way, Father? So he was disappointed, and Jesus overheard the cry. He overheard the noise from the crowd. He heard the noise from the group of the disciples on the other side. So what could Jesus do at this time? They brought him to Jesus, hoping and expecting that the hand that has always often been involved in the acts of mercy, as they came close to Jesus, it got worse. We are told that the demons cast him to the ground. It's not all the time that you will be coming to the face of Jesus that you expect things to be okay. There will be times in our lives that even after we have come to the face of Jesus, we have come to his presence, which is in his house as we have, we will all experience worse situations in our lives. It will not always be easy, and it doesn't mean that Jesus does not know what we are experiencing in such a time as that. And oftentimes it had cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou can do anything, have compassion on who? On us, and help us. That this was the last act of mercy because the son was almost dying. There was no hope left in the case. And with the little strength left, he cried out that if you can do anything for us, kindly help us. Maybe you are in a situation and you are crying to God. You are coming to him each and every time and you are crying, Lord, if you could do anything for me, if you could do anything for my family, if you could do anything for my friend, if you could do anything to my situation, help thou me and save us. The son was dying. He did not know what was going on, but there are people who were standing on the gap for him. We have been called to stand on the gap for our friends, for our families, for whoever is under our influence. Will we remain faithful at least to what we already know? When we have been faced with challenges, we are told that it's better for us to stand our ground with the knowledge that we already have as we wait for more direction. Jesus is in the business of reviving. Jesus is in the business of bringing us up. He has heard our cry. He has seen our tears, and he is come down so that he can bring us up. We do have a situation. This whole weekend, we have been in uncertainty. We have been praying for Ukraine. There is a war. There are rumors of war that are happening, and we do not know what is going to happen. We are told in the uncertainties, it may get worse. Who knows? But we do not know what is coming upon us. But we are resting upon the promises, upon the roadmap that we have been given in prophecy. Jesus is said in Matthew chapter 24, he said that you shall hear rumors of war, and you shall see and face war. As if that is not enough, nations shall rise against what? But that is not the end yet. Look, where is the hope? But Jesus tells us that hold fast, for these things must come to take place, and then the end will come. Jesus took him by the hand in his situation, in his dead condition, he took him by his hand and lifted him up, and the son arose. The son has been raised back. Are you standing in the gap for those that are weak and weary? Are you standing for those that have lost hope? Are you standing in the gap for that discouraged church member? Are you standing in the gap of your family member that has lost it all? When you don't have a grip to hold on, when the sickness has brought them down to the sick bed, are you standing in the gap for them? It's because of the persistence of the father that the son was brought back up. The demon was cast away and he became back whole. Jesus is in the business of bringing people up. He's in the business of making sure that our situations don't weigh us down, even though we have gone through it for all the years we can count. It doesn't matter how long you have been in this situation, but at the end of it all, when Jesus gets into our situation, he will make it. Yes, we have been called to fight on. Hope on in your situation. There is coming a time where you will have a breakthrough. Yes, things will be hard. Things may get worse even in the presence of the Master. You might be working for Jesus, but even in your work, things might get worse. But hold fast that which thou hast. Stand your ground in the time that you have Christ with you. You do not know when the breakthrough will come. While we continue praying for Ukraine, while we continue praying, we do know that some hearts might be softened, some hearts might be hardened. How long it takes is only God knows, and time will tell. But all we can do is just pray. God will be able to heal our land. How cold is your path? I do pray that in your confusion and uncertainty, God gives you a breakthrough. May God be with each and every one of us as we worship Him this Sabbath.